In the realm of genuine connections and meaningful conversations, the art of how to talk to women goes beyond superficial interactions. It begins with a strategic yet empathetic approach, going slow and not rushing to close the deal. This tactic allows both parties to engage at a comfortable pace, fostering a deeper, more respectful connection. Complimenting with respect plays a crucial role, ensuring that admiration is both sincere and considerate. Mastering the art of using humor wisely can also pave the way for a relaxed, engaging dialogue. When you blend these elements seamlessly, you craft a conversation that's not only engaging but also resonant. Discover the nuances of how to talk to women and explore how these tactics can transform your approach to building meaningful relationships. Dive into the principles of patience, respect, and thoughtful humor to unlock a more authentic way of connecting. Number 1. Talking tactics. In any interaction with a woman, as a man, you must set the tone. If your demeanor is too polite, too serious, or too timid, she will reflect those feelings, and the conversation will lack excitement and depth. No one wants a conversation that seems dull and boring. However, if you approach with a playful, flirtatious attitude from the start and skip the trivial small talk, you'll pave the way for a lively, engaging interaction that can spark interest. Are you tired of conversations that seem to lead nowhere, leaving both you and your date frustrated? The secret to attracting a woman's interest lies in how you handle the conversation. Instead of sticking to boring topics and logical answers, take a more engaging and curious approach to truly connect. Start by asking questions that invite storytelling and deeper conversation, such as what was the most interesting thing you did this year, or if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? These questions create a space for real connection and allow her to share more about herself. Active listening is very important. When she shares something, respond thoughtfully instead of moving on to the next question. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to be present in the moment. Don't be afraid to share a little about yourself. Personal stories and vulnerabilities can make you more approachable. For example, you could say, "I've always wanted to try rock climbing, but I'm a little afraid of heights." What have you always wanted to do but never tried? This invites her to share her own dreams and fears, deepening your connection. Avoid overly logical answers that can hinder the flow of the conversation. Instead of giving dry, factual answers, share emotional stories or perspectives. For example, if she asks about your favorite movie, don't just name it, but describe how it made you feel and why it resonated with you. The key to an engaging conversation is genuine interest. When you're truly curious about someone, it shows. Ask questions, share stories, and be present. By following these tips and incorporating Stoic principles, you'll not only avoid boredom but also create meaningful connections that leave a lasting impression. Are you ready to change your conversation and get her interested? Start by arousing curiosity, actively listening, and genuinely participating. What's the question you want to ask on your next date? Number 2, go slow. When you're talking to an attractive woman, it's crucial to take a moment to breathe and slow down. Many men make the common mistake of speaking too quickly when they're nervous, eager to fill every silence and respond rapidly. But why rush? Silence isn't your enemy. It can be a powerful tool if used correctly. What if, instead of hurrying to break the quiet, you allowed a natural rhythm to develop in your conversation? In the context of a conversation, this means being mindful of your words and allowing yourself to pause thoughtfully. This pause not only shows confidence but also gives you time to consider your responses carefully. For example, when she shares something interesting, take a moment to reflect before you reply. Ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that adds value to this conversation? Consider this scenario: you're at a cafe, chatting with a woman you've just met. She mentions her love for travel. Instead of jumping in immediately with your travel stories, you take a breath. You look her in the eyes and ask, what is it about travel that excites you the most? This question not only shows your interest, but also encourages her to open up more, creating a deeper connection. Have you ever noticed how compelling conversations often have a natural ebb and flow? They aren't rushed but instead unfold gradually, like a well-told story. By slowing down and embracing pauses, you give your conversation a chance to breathe, making it more engaging and enjoyable for both parties. How might your interactions change if you embraced this more measured approach? Remember, it's not about filling every second with words, but about creating a meaningful dialogue. Next time you find yourself in a conversation, especially with someone who intrigues you, try to incorporate these Stoic principles. Pause, breathe, and let the conversation flow naturally. You might be surprised at how much more engaging and enjoyable your interactions become. So, what will you do differently in your next conversation? How will you embrace the silence and let your words have more impact? Number 3. Don't rush to close the deal. When you're conversing with a woman and the interaction is going well, it's crucial not to rush to ask her out immediately. A common mistake many people make is getting too eager too quickly. They meet a woman, engage in a brief conversation for just a minute or two, and then prematurely ask for her phone number and suggest a date. This approach is akin to a salesperson pitching a product after a mere 2-second chat, saying, "Okay, now do you want to buy this?" It's a misstep. But why? Even if she appears to enjoy the conversation and seems to like you, assuming she's interested after such a short interaction is premature. She might give you her phone number, but the brief interaction usually doesn't build a strong enough foundation of trust. Without this trust, she's less likely to respond positively when you reach out later. She might hesitate to text back or not feel invested enough to continue the conversation. So how can you approach this situation from a Stoic perspective? Stoicism teaches us the value of patience and understanding that not everything is within our control. Instead of rushing, take your time to build a genuine connection. Engage in a meaningful conversation that goes beyond superficial topics. Show genuine interest in her thoughts and feelings. Ask open-ended questions that invite her to share more about herself. For instance, what are your passions or what do you enjoy doing in your free time? These questions not only keep the conversation flowing but also demonstrate that you value her as a person. Have you ever found yourself rushing into things only to regret it later? What if you took a step back and allowed things to unfold naturally? By embracing patience and focusing on building a genuine connection, you increase the likelihood of a positive response when you do ask her out. After all, the best relationships often start with a strong foundation of trust and mutual respect. Number 4. Complimenting with respect. Compliments, when given sincerely and respectfully, can significantly impact someone's day. In the rush of our daily lives, a few thoughtful words can offer a moment of genuine connection and positivity. However, it's crucial to approach compliments with care, ensuring they come across as sincere and meaningful rather than superficial or obligatory. How can we ensure our compliments truly resonate? First, consider the substance of your compliment. Instead of focusing solely on appearance, which can often seem shallow or insincere, aim to acknowledge qualities that reflect a person's character, intellect, or unique perspective. For instance, telling someone, "I really admire your insight on this topic," shows that you value their thoughts and contributions. This not only uplifts them but also encourages a deeper level of engagement and respect. What is it about someone's sense of humor that makes it refreshing? Complimenting a person's sense of humor, such as saying, "Your sense of humor is so refreshing," can highlight their ability to bring joy and lightness to those around them. It acknowledges their unique way of seeing the world and sharing it with others. By doing so, you're not just praising an attribute, but also appreciating the positive effect it has on the environment and people. Compliments should reflect the values of wisdom, courage, and integrity. Consider this instead of merely saying, "You're so smart." Delve deeper and recognize how their intelligence is applied in a meaningful way. Your ability to analyze complex problems and find practical solutions is truly impressive, is a compliment that recognizes effort, skill, and the practical application of knowledge. How can you apply this in your daily life? Next time you feel the urge to compliment someone, take a moment to reflect on what genuinely stands out about them. Is it their resilience, their creativity, their empathy? Frame your compliment in a way that acknowledges these deeper qualities. This not only makes your compliment more impactful, but also fosters a more genuine and respectful connection. Number 5. The art of using humor wisely. Humor is undeniably a powerful tool in building relationships and alleviating stress. When used correctly, it can transform mundane interactions into enjoyable experiences. However, like any tool, humor must be wielded with care and wisdom. Imagine a conversation where a well-timed joke lightens the mood, making everyone feel more relaxed and connected. This is the magic of humor when used wisely. But what happens when humor crosses the line into insult or belittlement? The once joyous interaction turns sour, leaving feelings hurt and relationships strained. So how can we ensure our humor is inclusive and uplifting? Humor should align with the virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Wisdom guides us to understand the appropriate timing and context for our jokes. Justice ensures our humor respects and uplifts others rather than tears them down. Courage allows us to take the risk of humor while being prepared to accept and correct our mistakes. Temperance helps us maintain balance, avoiding excess or offensive jokes. Have you ever witnessed a joke that backfired and hurt someone? How could it have been rephrased to avoid harm? Can you think of a time when a well-placed joke made a stressful situation more bearable? What made it effective? Using humor to enhance conversations. To make humor work for you, aim for wit that invites everyone into the joke rather than excluding or mocking anyone. This kind of humor not only makes the interaction more enjoyable, but also fosters a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. Why is this important? Because humor, when done right, can bridge gaps, dissolve tensions, and bring people closer together. To truly connect with women, it's essential to embrace a mindful approach in your communication. Start by slowing down and avoiding the urge to rush into closing the deal. Build genuine rapport by complimenting with respect, ensuring your admiration is sincere and not just a tactic. The art of using humor wisely can also be a powerful tool. It should enhance the conversation, not overshadow it. Understanding how women wish to be talked to involves listening with empathy, valuing their perspectives, and engaging in meaningful dialogue. By applying these principles, you foster deeper, more respectful interactions. For more insights on how to talk to women and to support our channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the Stoic Goddess, and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to click the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.